Hey everyone, it's Liberty, and welcome to day 5 of our healthy eating challenge. And it's Monday, so I hope you guys had a great weekend and that you're starting your week off right. This is the second half of our challenge, so let's really hang in there and dig deep and push hard to really make this a successful journey. So, what I wanted to talk about today is non-scale victories. So I think a lot of times we get so fixated on that number that's on the scale. So whatever that dial is or digital readout, about how much do we weigh, what are we supposed to weigh? What's the ideal weight for me? And we end up being obsessed with what that number is. And we're getting on the scale every day. And, that's not healthy. And there's a lot of reasons why, but even emotionally, and in our minds, what does that do to us? And some things to remember or that are important is to know that our body weight fluctuates a lot. Depending on what we ate, if we retain some water or if we're PMSing, whatever it may be. But from day to day, our body weight changes a lot, and it's different first thing in the morning than it is in later in the afternoon. So when it comes to weighing yourself, what I recommend is, if you're really determined, once a week, no more than once a week. But every 30 days is great as well when you're on your journey and a way to maintain and to stay on track. Now, some other great ways to track your progress is writing down your measurements. So all of the programs with Beachbody come with these little measurement chart trackers, and it's kind of hard to see right now with the bright light, but this was one of the very first ones that I used, and I am amazed at the amount of inches I have lost over time, and that really shows me how much my body has been changing. And we have the paper ones, but also on your teambeachbody.com profile under the goal tracker, you can track your weight, all of your measurements, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, all types of different comprehensive ways of tracking your progress. So I really recommend going by measurements versus how much you weigh. Now, with that, remember that when you do your measurements, that you measure in the same exact spot every time. And like for me, I always use the largest part of my stomach, which is around my belly button. I carry a lot more of my fat and girth in the belly area. So that's where I always measure. And with the arms at the tip of or the peak of the bicep and different things like that. But there's a lot of tools. I have a video I can share with you on the best way to do your measurements. But the key is always measure in the same spot every single time. And that's where how you can track how you're going. Now, an important thing to remember is we always lose fat or lose in the place that we gain the quickest. So that's kind of hard. I fumbled. But so say, you carry most of your weight in your hips. Well, usually that's going to be the last place that you lose your weight. So do you understand that? So I messed up in the beginning, but so for me, I carry most of my weight in my stomach. So my stomach is always the last thing to go. So I'll see more of a change in my hips and my chest, arms, thighs, calves, things like that. So measurements are great. Another awesome thing to do, which is almost the hardest, is to take pictures. Taking those before photos is going to be hard, but it will really help you to get a visual of where you are and then how far you're coming along the way. So I remember asking my husband to take my very first before photos, and I was completely embarrassed, but I knew I needed to do it. And so he took those photos, and I remember looking at my back photo and just I couldn't believe how many creases I had as far as love handle back fat was going. And as I started to take those progress photos every 30 days, I started to see all those creases disappear one by one. So I was losing that fat in my back. And so I really recommend photos, and it's going to help. And you don't have to share them with the world, if you're comfortable sharing with the group, then do so. but it's really for you, so that way you can see your progress along the way. So again, really try to watch the scale and not jump on it so much. Do your measurements and do photos for progress pics. But also, there are other non-scale victories. So when you're thinking about your progress and how well you're doing, the scale may not be moving, but are your clothes starting to fit a little looser? Are they loose around the waist or maybe baggy in your butt? Do your rings, fit a lot looser? Are they spinning around? Let's see what else. For ladies, I know we lose it in the boobs a lot of times. So if you see it there, but so as our bodies start changing, we start to see other things happening. But let's see, another one is more energy. Do you feel more energized? When we're fueling our bodies with the right things, so the right dense nutrition, the right foods, we're not giving ourselves all those processed items that are really hard on our bodies to digest, and we're bringing in Shakeology, we feel better. We have energy. So more energy is another great non-scale victory. Are you sleeping better? So when we're taking better care of our bodies, we sleep better. We get more rest. I know for me, like, I remember not sleeping much and tossing and turning a lot, and then really relying on coffee to get me through the day at work. And then that 2 o'clock time frame kind of came around, and I'd hit up my coworker's desk for some Reese's and Red Vines for another spike of energy there in the afternoon. But I got to a point where I didn't need that anymore because I had Shakeology and I was eating right and taking care of myself. So more energy is another non-scale victory. Let's see, just having a better attitude. You feel better, right? So when your body feels better, your attitude is better. So you're happier, you're healthier. Maybe your blood sugar is going down. Maybe your cholesterol is improving. Your blood pressure is stabilizing. So different non-scale victories like that really speak to how healthy we're becoming versus how much we weigh. So that scale, take it or leave it, toss it, whatever's better for you, but try not to hop on it too much. And what I'd like for you guys to do today is in the comments below, share one of your non-scale victories, whether it's, over the last few days with this group or something that you've seen since you've started your own journey. Okay. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Bye-bye.